Hi, I'm Bruce Bauer. I am a scientist with NOAA, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. My title is physical scientist, and my specialty is paleoclimate, which is the study of past climate change using proxy data such as corals, ice cores, tree rings, ocean sediments, things that can tell us about how climate has changed for times prior to the instrumental record, which goes back about 140 years. We have good temperature measurements and rain gauge measurements around the world. Prior to that, there are no written records, no instrumental records, so we use these proxy data to estimate how climate has changed in the past. So I began my career in the oil industry down in New Orleans, looking for petroleum deposits in the delta sediments of the Mississippi Delta. And later I decided that I had a love for the mountains, so I moved to Boulder, Colorado, where the geology is much more visible because it sticks up above the ground in the mountain ranges. And I was able to get on with NOAA and apply my geologic background to the study of past climate change, known as paleoclimatology. So I'm a geologist. I have a geology degree from Cornell University, and growing up in a glaciated area of New York State, I became interested in how the landforms were created by the great glaciers, the ice sheets of the last ice ages. It's the Finger Lakes region of upstate New York, where there are large lakes. If you look at a map, they do look like the fingers of a hand. They are 40 or 50 miles long in some cases and 400 to 500 feet deep. And these were all gouged by the glaciers. And then there are gorges and streams that run from the sides of the valleys down into the lakes. And I was fascinated by this geology and this terrain that existed in the area where I grew up. So I ended up studying geology and applying that toward studies of past climate change. Now I work for NOAA, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, as part of the Centers for Environmental Information, which is the data archiving portion of NOAA. NOAA collects data from all kinds of sources, from the weather satellites, from thermometers all over the world, all over the country. So I work as a data archivist and collector, but for paleoclimatology, which means the types of data that I collect are from natural sources such as sediment records from oceans and lakes, ice cores, tree rings, corals, all of these things that can tell us about how climate has changed in the past before people were actually measuring climate change with thermometers or rain gauges. So the data that we archive actually comes from university professors for the most part, or national laboratory scientists. And so my typical day involves receiving data sets, corals, tree rings, marine sediments, anything that has to do with paleoclimatology. And I do quality control, documentation, and then adding it to our database so that users of the data can search through our archives and find things that are of interest to their research. So we preserve the information that's collected by various people around the world in a central location, and then it can be used for further studies of climate change. I've actually been doing this work for over 30 years now, and I've been very fortunate to be able to work with some of the top scientists in the field and to help understand how the climate has changed naturally in the past and to differentiate that natural climate change from the human-induced climate change that's happening now.